This stopped not long after I pressed pause. Hopefully yours did too. So 97.6%, respectable. Not as strong as Adam. And you can see I already switched it back to Adam that often using the defaults are best. The default, it's not the default optimizer. You have to pick an optimizer, but it's kind of the leading one. Okay, but it is worth trying out different ones. So we could ask ourselves, like, I think the point of this particular lecture is just to look at these different kind of keras techniques we can try. And if, we could try another dropout layer. Like, what about here? This right here is a lot of parameters. And so it makes sense to actually drop some of them out, maybe even before having them, right? So this is like a double piece here. They're saying, hey, we're going to have it, but that does a max pooling. And we can try dropping some of them out first, okay? And then we have to raise the question here too. Is that legitimate and will it work? Because if it's a random number of dropouts, like can you do that? Because will the nodes, in fact, can they be a different number each time? Okay. Worth considering. And sometimes you just try stuff, right? Run the code. And I will tell you that occasionally you will run into things that you cannot do. Okay. That, you cannot just pick any number in the convolutions. Like, you can end up with errors that don't match. Imagine, like, I'd imagine you have a kernel size bigger than the data set. That's not going to work. And so you do have to have some knowledge kind of the numbers. One other thing I want to mention as this code is running, we have stuck with in this lecture kind of keeping the 8,954 parameters. And it turns out that obviously there's a lot we can do with changing the number of convolutions and all that. And we will do that next time. We'll spend more time on what adjustments can we look at making with convolutions? Will deep convolution work? And what are some different things that we can try? Like, are there things we don't know about yet in convolutions? And there are, like strides and padding. So there's more to look at. I hope you can see from this that deep learning is kind of a rich, it's really a rich field. And because of the breadth and the amount of things that you can do, there's never going to be like a right way to do it. There's best practices sometimes, things that are shown to work well, over time. Actually got like the exact same, even with the dropout. That's kind of interesting. And I think it's really exciting. And so what I would encourage you all to do, if you have extra time, is to try and modify this with the full data set. It does take time. It'd be like leaving your computer and coming back to it. But if you do that, then you can see more about the types of adjustments that you can make and what effect they'll have, because the ones we're making are based on this size. But this is machine learning, and the more data, the more there is to learn, and the more potential that there is. Keep up the great work.